Hi, this is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers, and this is the fourth video technically in our We're All Mad Here Alice and Wonderland book. I discovered that video 1 and video 2 were pretty short, so I combined them into video 1 and 2, and then there's video 3, and so now technically this is video 4. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be constructing the cover, and I also wanted to show you something that I had done. So I measured, and the cover is going to be 6 by 9. So this is my piece of not cardstock, but okay, I'm going to cut it and while I think of it. And all right, so it's going to be 6 inches wide. So we'll go on the short side, 6 inches. Now there's kind of a trick to this. That's why I decided to show you one of them. First thing you want to do, you see there's a C on here. This is one that was starting to make a fuzzy edge on paper. So when I replaced it, it's still perfectly good for cutting cardboard. So I wrote a C on there for cardboard, and that way I know to cut cardboard and cardstock, and not cardstock, but cardboard and chipboard. That's what I was trying to think of. This is medium weight chipboard, cuts through fairly easily. I'm at 6 inches, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm pushing down very hard. Okay, and it's still not going to cut all the way through because this blade isn't as long as this is thick. So the trick is to work it like this, and it makes a line on the opposite side of the paper. Then you flip it over, and where the line is, you take your pencil and you make a little mark. Then when you put it back in here, it's just like cutting paper, because basically paper is all that's left on this side. Move this down here. Put your line on your mark, and then you can hear that it cuts it right off. Okay, so now we're going to do 9. I know I've got kind of a mess going here. I'll explain in a minute. So now we've got 9 inches. Push down as hard as you can. Work this back and forth. Make a mark at the line. Put it back in. Make sure your blade's at the bottom. Line it up just like you would if you were cutting paper. Go back up. You should be able to hear right away that it's cut all the way through. Pull this out. And if you have this little bit of an edge where the paper was a little crooked from the line, then just trim it off with a pair of scissors and try not to, mess with the top of the book itself or the cover itself. Okay, so let's check and see. Well, it looks like the top of this one's crooked where I cut it. I don't think it's enough that you'll notice because they'll be separated by the book insides. Let's take a look and see. And then I'll show you something about the book itself. So let's take a look and see. Yes, we have quite a bit of room. I made the first set a little too short, and so I've got things sticking out the top, so I made this a little bit extra, and I kind of probably made it a 1/4 of an inch too tall, but I'd rather have the book be a little bit taller than the insides than have a problem with it being too small. So that's our front and back cover. Let's set these to the side. Now, this kit also came with these file folders, which we didn't use. You cut them in half here, you fold them along here, and they give you file folders. So what the problem is, wow, I really need to move this forward. I'm so sorry. There we go. Anyway, you fold it along here, you cut them in half, and then you fold them in half, and it gives you a file folder. So I wasn't going to cut the 3 file folders and put them in the center like one of the tutorials does in how to make this. I didn't follow the tutorial at all, just did what I wanted to do. So I had these files left over. There's 3 of them, file folders, and so I wanted to show you the one I did not use. Oh, and by the way, this is all the ephemera that I have left, just this little bit out of those 12 pages. So I think I did pretty good. Now we're going to put our file folder over there as well. So let's move these out of the way. Okay, so what I did with them is I put them in the book somewhere. I guess I should have stuck a piece of paper in there, huh? I know I did. Okay. Here it is. So I folded it in half like a regular file folder. And then I think I better glue the ends, and then they'll be like pockets. And of course there's both of them. So this one is here. There it is on this side. And here's the tab. It's going to be on the back side. So let's glue this together and make it a pocket. And then we'll take the other side and we'll glue it together. So now that added some bulk. To our center. Now we can't leave these in the center because they'll only be sewn in by the one center thread, and I'm afraid that they will wiggle back and forth. So what I'm going to do, you know what I mean, if it's sewn in, oh, actually I don't think it will because the book will be holding it in. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the center. Let's turn this right side up. Let's glue the one in here. Now that we know what to look for. There it is. We'll glue this together to make a pocket. So I guess we're not really making the cover yet, are we? But I forgot I wanted to show you this about the file folders. Okay. This is not the way they were meant to be used. I don't think. I guess we could have used all 3 if we'd staggered them. It would have been a bit difficult though. Not that I mind a bit difficult, but still. Okay, so there's that. Now, we're going to want to get them in there as well as we can. Remember, I'm not cutting out the crepe. We're going to open it to the middle. Make sure it's as far as you can get it down in the center. Then I'm going to clip it. And then I'm going to clip it. And I'm going to do the same on the bottom. See, that looks crooked to me. I'm going to try to leave the ephemera in by clipping the top and the bottom, and we'll see how well that works. I'm even leaving the hidden paper clip in. Then we'll have to do the same thing for the other one. Alright, and that's what it's going to look like when we sew them in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's what they're both going to look like. Alright, now as far as the cover goes, what I've decided to do is I'm still going to use this half here as the front cover. Then this is going to be the back cover. That's just the back cover. And this is not the inside covers anymore. Because this is going to be the inside cover as originally planned, because we're going to put pockets on either side inside the cover, and so I didn't want to cover up a picture like this with a pocket. We're going to try to make expandable pocket at least in the front, and then a pocket in the back, and see how that works out. We'll work on the paper, of course, off of the book to make sure that we get it correct. And then, so that's what the plan is so far. This has been measured out. No, it hasn't. And I've now lost the covers. Okay. So we'll worry about that in a minute. Oh, looks like I've got... Oh, because when I print it on both sides. Let me grab that little bit of white off of there. I believe the insides are going to be 5.5. Five and a half wide on each side, and then we'll do our pocket, and then our back pocket will be this guy right here, if we can get it to work correctly. So we may just make the cover in this one, and then I'll get all the papers cut, and then we will cover the cover. This is going to cover the spine area, and it's going to go out over each. Oh, it looks like I didn't cut the height on this. Yeah, this is my spacer. The height is 6. The height is 9. I knew that didn't look right. How can that be? Obviously, I made a mistake. And we wanted to go with a 1 3/4 spine. Just wanted to make sure it looked a little crooked, so it must be this outside edge. Okay. So there's our spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 pieces of paper and we're going to glue them together where it just overlaps. Sorry about that. I had my pencil in my mouth. That's why I wasn't saying anything. So we just want to overlap it. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I don't usually make a book cover this way. I've only done it a couple of times. So hopefully this will work out. Smooth it out. Get your dry wet wipe. Cross your fingers. Okay. You know what I did forget to do? I did forget to cut a piece for the outside spine. So you know what I could do is I could cut a black piece for the inside spine and put this on the outside spine. I'll have to think about that for when we paper it. Okay, then we're going to check the other side for glue. Okay. We're going to take our centerpiece. We're going to cover it with glue, which is our spine. Yes, I'm putting glue all over this. I don't normally, as you know. However, I made another book and the spine came loose in the middle. Learn the lesson. 4 spines. Okay, so you want to leave some at the top and the bottom. I'm going to put it on straight because we're going to want at least an inch on the top and the bottom. That looks like about what this is going to be. This ruler just happens to be an inch wide, so it's just a little less than an inch, and about, oh, of course it can't be an inch and an inch because it's only, no, it should be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll have enough to cover it. So now we're going to take our front cover, back cover, whichever it ends up being, and we're going to put glue on it. And then we're going to use a spare piece as a spacer. I'm going to hold it up. We're going to use our ruler to make sure that it's straight, or straight with this anyway. Okay, so we're going to glue this on. Now this doesn't hold as much, you know, weight or anything, so you can get by with a little bit less glue. Phew, that really stinks this morning. It's early. Maybe a little early for Fabrifix, whichever you want to call it. Alright, we've got our spacer. This allows for space for it to bend. I'm going to drop it right here. Move it down just a little bit. I'm going to check it. Yep, that's straight across. Kind of looks like the bottom moved a little bit. If I quit messing with it, it'll quit moving. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a minute. Put glue on this one. Now, if you want to put glue across the center in an X or whatever, feel free. I think I just got glue on my elbow, but we'll see later. Okay, let's get it even. And then that looks pretty good for the spacer. A little bit closer on the top. Smidge closer on the top. We need to let it dry. This seems a little closer than this one, so I'm going to go ahead and move it out, even though it might be a little wide. We could leave the spine black. That's an option on the outside. Maybe I'll try to do a spine and write "We're All Mad" on it. I'm not sure how that will go. Maybe I could try to, because this has the dots. This actually has lines, you know, but I'd have to turn it this way. Well, it would still have lines. I might be able to write "We're All Mad." Yeah, because it would cut the Alice off. I don't know. That would make a funny looking spine. I would have to take a look at it. I may leave it black. All right. Once we do this, put our spacer away. Okay. Take a drink of coffee. Well, it is straight together, but it's crooked to the paper. I can tell right away. So you're going to kind of pull your paper just a little bit to kind of get it used to bending. You're not going to do it real hard, or because you don't want it to crack. Then we're going to trim the corners. Okay. Now you can take your scissors, and on the paper, some people just go straight across. I've never done it that way. I've always gone up and out. That one's going to be a little short. Okay. That allows for you to cut down on the bulk at that corner. You can see this one's a little long. So we will see. Yeah. These two I'm going to leave. This one's close enough. I'm going to leave it. Okay. So let's cut this off. It is going to be covered by the paper on the inside. Doesn't have to be super duper far in. Oh, okay, that's our 30 minutes. So I'm going to put you on pause, and then we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back. So now we are just going to take these papers. We're going to put glue, put it right along the edge here, right in the crease where the cardboard meets the paper. Be generous with your glue. Then cover the rest. Keep hearing that tapping noise. It's not me tap dancing, it's the edge of the tip going off the edge of the paper. Okay, now you're going to want to stand this up and then slowly roll it forwards into the glue. Then slide it forwards, roll it all the way down, and then the paper will be flat on the inside. Fold it over or flip it over. Make sure your corners are flat. See, that's going to have some glue coming out. So we'll clean that up. Then, as you can see, we're going to need our bone folder. Now, there's no PDF with this series. Because I wasn't sure that I was going to do videos or not. I was thinking about making this book for myself. I'm ahead on videos. In other words, I have like 2.5 months worth of videos recorded already. And I thought, well, I'll just make a book for myself. Then, of course, I turned the camera on. Then you want to take your bone folder and you want to run it along the edge right here. Kind of flatten it out. Make sure that glue's all stuck. Now we're going to repeat it infinitum. We're just going to keep repeating it all the way around. Normally you do the long sides first. I don't know why I forgot and did the short side. But, okay. So let's put the glue along here. Not really sure that it makes any difference, but okay. But if it does, I guess we'll find out. Now I'm stuck to the dry wet wipe. That's just a clean wet wipe that roll it up onto the glue, let it sit for just a second, slide it forwards, roll it back, stick it down, flip it over, take your bone folder, make sure it's all stuck. Oh wow, that's a lot of glue. You are going to see this, so it looks like I'm going to have to clean that up with my glue eraser. Can't believe how long that's taken to stick down. Let's take our glue eraser to that, get it off. You need to invest in one of these. They're like $3. You can see I've now erased the glue. Then put some back off on my finger. Now you don't see it. Okay, we're going to repeat the same thing on the long ends. I'm going to crease these kind of beforehand. It has a little bit better memory of that it's going to fold. That way it won't be so hard to glue it. This one looks like it's going to give me some trouble in the corner right here. Okay. I was just kind of fussing around looking at the way that it was going to stick down. Now, when you do the top and the bottom, you're going to have to do a little bit of a crease. Oops. I guess I could glue the rest of it, huh? I'm going to try not to put so much that it gushes out like that. So I did get carried away. Looks like some's going to come out right there probably. Okay, we're going to roll it up. We're going to roll it over. Press it down. Take your bone folders to it. Then you're going to want to carefully start like a little crease there so that it kind of knows that it's going to fold where these are, these spaces. Be careful at the very edge. You don't want to break it. And so I'm using this end and not the pointy end. I don't want to pop off there and then rip the paper. I do just kind of want to give it a crease. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. I don't know why I always make such a big mess and nobody else ever seems to. going to be a pretty good gap when we sew the signatures in here. The signatures in the middle are not that big, you know, at the end where you sew it in, but the thing's going to pop open. So we still need the thickness, unless you want to make what's called a gator mouth. Trying not to make too much of one. Oh, I forgot to run it across the end to flatten it out, so I'll do that. Looks like we've got all of our corners covered. Make sure everybody's glued down. Instead of glue sticking out, it looks like there could be just a touch more glue there. That is going to be covered with the paper. So we can do that little bit of a crease right here. There we go. Definitely going to have to take the glue eraser to that. I have to go back and clean it up. Okay, make this flat. It's really slippery now on this glass. You don't have to do this super hard. You just want to kind of make sure you do it. Just keeps it from rounding, you know, rounding on the edges. And we're going to be done. Okay, you just want to remember your book does not have to fold any farther than 90 degrees. So just slowly, because you don't want to crack on the outside here. I've done that. You just want to do it slowly. Well, the glue's drying as well, but it helps get that paper down in there. Okay. I'll do the same on this side. You can push down here and then take your thumbs and push up here, and that will help. Just get that 90 degrees. Kind of do it slowly. You can go just a little bit past, kind of crease that in the middle a little bit better. By Jove, I think we've got it. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to clean up. Because these parts of the paper will show. So I'm going to make sure to clean all the glue off. Get off there, glue. Anywhere that might possibly show. Pretty sure this is going to be covered, but to benefit on the side of cleanliness, let's make sure we get all of it off. This is called a rubber. This is a rubber glue eraser. It's made out of rubber, and it's a glue eraser. Looks like there might be a little bit of the point right here. I have to take a look at it. I might have to take my black Sharpie and just kind of stick it in there just a little bit. Thought I was just a hair short on one. Alright, so that's our cover. Looks like I got a little bit of glue on it. Probably from the table. Alright, so that's our cover. And then when it's all ready for the book, it sticks out a little bit. Oh, you know, I've got to get my ribbon out of the bathroom. I washed it, hung it up to dry, that we're going to tie this shut with, because I think it's going to need to be tied shut. And so that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Alrighty, bye bye.